Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So, yeah, we did have a bit of a pullback, but what is concerning me is the weekly highs and lows of last week. So, what I want to do is pretty much what we've done on the S&P. Just get your weekly highs in. I'm just using a block for this, so you can quickly see where the weekly highs are. And you can see how important this is. As soon as we broke through the weekly high, pretty much day before yesterday and yesterday, we kept selling off it. And that was 31,558. You can see how we kept selling, and then we've broken through. So I would expect us to come back and test it, 31,545. It is significant. It is the previous week's high. And obviously what the bulls are looking for is continual closes above the previous week's high, because that dictates that the trend is up. Now, we are sideways as well, and not a very pretty picture that. So a couple of things. First thing is trend is up. Okay, moving averages are pointing up. Yeah, price is clearly making new highs and higher lows. So that is definitely on the cards. We do have the Asian session, which is selling off a bit. That's to be expected. They'll be looking to drive it down to 31,555 area, because there is structure there. Could be a double top, but I don't even think you must think of situations like that. You should only be looking for opportunities to buy. Now, there was an opportunity yesterday to buy into this. However, this chaos that you see here, I did contemplate looking for a break of that consolidation, but it came really late in the trading session, so I didn't really bother with it. But whenever you see this kind of chaos, it's not something that you want to be trading. You can see big down, big up, big down, big up, big down, big up, big down, big up, big confusion, and look to the left, pretty much the same as what happened last week. So at the moment, at the top here with the Asian session, we've had big down, big up, big down, and now we're trying to move down further. I'm kind of not really interested in what we see at the moment. This is really not something I want to be trading. So we do have data coming out today as well, so you need to just take that and keep that in mind. One thing that is probably in the Dow's favor is that the Senate's, the US Senate's basically fighting with the likes of Facebook and Twitter and any social media platform, in the way that it's a free speech platform, but it also spreads a lot of disinformation, and they're trying to censor it. The problem with that is if they start censoring that, it's not just how far are they going to censor it. I suppose that's where the debate comes. Now, it's a little bit too much too late as far as I'm concerned. These technologies have been around for decades, and if your government structures actually employed people that understood technology right at the beginning, they wouldn't be in this situation. But at the moment, these are massive businesses which generate tons of revenue, and it's going to be an interesting play. I really don't see how the likes of Facebook and Twitter, etc., can actually censor their platforms with people. They're going to have to censor it with computers and automatic tools, and obviously that's going to create a lot of false positives, and creating those false positives is going to drive the market down. Why? Because their revenue will drop. So when their revenue drops, the Nasdaq is going to be hit, because the FANG stocks are pretty much most of the social media stocks. That being said, if you look at the Dow Jones, there's very few we're not really impacted by the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq and the S&P sort of run hand in hand, but the Dow is a little bit different. So it may not impact the Dow, but it definitely did impact them yesterday, because the news broke yesterday. I suppose the rumblings broke a day before, and then the news broke yesterday, and Nasdaq was down 0.7% based on that news. But you can see how the Dow was just fighting to stay above here, and it wasn't really been drawn into that chaos. So yeah, it did close flat, but I'm uncomfortable with what I see. So I think that's probably the short and sweet of it. It seems to me like it's a continuation of the chaos from last week, and last week was a range. So yeah, enough rambling. The level you need to pay attention to is 31,575 area. Sorry, 31,565 area. That's the area you need to pay attention to. Just look to the left, look at these highs in yesterday's session. That's what you need to pay attention to. If you can hold that, I would look for an opportunity to buy into this. But you can see on the 15 minute my concern here with this sideways action. And it's always a good idea if you want a situation where you're kind of comfortable with the direction you're in. If the 50 minute is below the 155 EMA, stay out of it. Once you've broken through, look for structure, look for retest, and you can see how nicely it's going to line up here. So if it finds support here at 31,570 area, 31,55, 31,570, somewhere in that area, then you're looking to buy off the structure. Problem is you're going to have a pretty wide stop. Your stop needs to be below the low of yesterday at the moment. You could probably make it this low here, but I think safer low is going to be here. So what that means is you need to make sure you can afford that trade. So don't go in and put a massive position on we're going to force you to lose a lot of money. You want the maximum 2% risk, so get in here, put your stop down here. Anyway, I am looking for longs. I'm just a little bit worried about what I see. And look at these big red bars in the Asian session. I don't really pay attention to it. I will wait and see what happens during Europe. But for the moment, it is down 0.3 and falling and falling and falling. That's 0.35% on that structure. And yeah, we'll just wait and see what transpires. But this weekly high is critical, guys. So during the US session, pay attention to it. If we can hold it today, then that could add a bit of fuel to fire that you can actually see a nice rally on Friday. But at the moment, it is sideways, and sideways scares me, so I don't like trading that. Anyway, enough rambling for me this morning. Be careful on this one. I'm not actually looking for positions here. We'll just wait and see what transpires. If something does happen, I'll drop it on the Telegram channel. But I'm not optimistic at the moment. Anyway, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.